Hello and good morning, everyone. It's Cheryl Leong, and welcome to Virtual Coffee. And how is everyone doing in the current situation? We're in lockdown in Sydney, and I have to admit, it's a little bit cray-cray. Who here is in Sydney or wherever you are in the world? That you've got homeschooling, kids at home, and you're trying to work as well. I'd love for you to drop a hello down below. How's it all going? I know that it can be challenging. I know that it's a whole lot of different priorities that you have to balance. But here, I'd like to let you know that we are all in the same storm. Um, different. We all have different boats and life crafts to help us along. But the main thing is that if you do need support, and you just need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out because it is challenging times, and we like to be able to help you get through these times a lot easier. Obviously, if you're able to have someone to help you delegate, outsource tasks so that you can focus on the things that are important to you, whether it's in your business or in your life. So I'm going to hi everyone for joining us. I hope you are all well. I'm going to share this on my personal page. What we're going to be talking about in virtual coffee today, I don't have coffee, but I have water, namely because I didn't get to making my coffee this morning, is how to get on top of your to-do list, your ever never ending to-do list. Okay. And admittedly, so since lockdown, it's been a little bit trickier to get on top of my to-do list, and it has been growing quite a bit. But the main thing that I have discovered, and this is something that you can implement into your day as of today, is that definitely prioritizing your to-dos. One of the books that really inspired me to help me get on top of my to-dos was the book called Eat That Frog. And it talked about being able to tackle the first things that are the most challenging for you at the start of your day, and being able to grade them accordingly to the level of importance that you need to get them done, whether that's your A task, and then look at the other ones that you sort of go, they're important, but can I delegate it to someone else in my team or my family if you're talking about personal things, and be able to outsource or remove. So this is something that we talk about in our task shredder in previous sessions of virtual coffee. Like, look at the tasks that you have at hand and put a grading to them. All right, from A, B, C, or D. So A being your eat that frogs, your frogs that you've got to eat and get rid of straight away, right? The ones that you're like, oh, I know, it's a pain to do, but I've got to do it. And make sure that what the I have to do it tasks are your high impact and high value tasks that you need to do, because then your B tasks are the ones that are still high value, but you can delegate or outsource to someone else. I'm very fortunate. I have a team that I'm able to delegate tasks to, so it takes a lot off of my to-do list, right? And C is looking at whether you need to really be doing that you can be outsourcing these, but they're lower value tasks. And yes, someone else can be doing it, or they can be done. Then the priority is not as much there as the A task, obviously. So those can be sort of pushed to the side a little bit. They're not sort of going to be huge impact on your business or your personal life. And then the D tasks are the ones that you should be really sort of go, do I really need to do them at all? Do I really need to do them at all? And so again, that comes down to D, whether you are delegating them to someone else. Again, so you can see there really what you're left is your A and possibly B task, maybe C task that you sort of do when you get to it. But your A ones are the ones that you need to get on top of. So each and every day when you start off your day, write down your to-do list as a start. So step one, write down your to-do list. The second is then put a grading to each of those tasks, A, B, C, and D. And your A tasks are the ones that you definitely in that day need to be able to do, right? Uh, but also try to not overwhelm yourself with too many things. Give yourself 3 top tasks that you want to complete in a day. And I know it's going to be tricky because everything seems important. And the way that we sort of grade that level of importance will come down to one, financially, whether it's going to have the most impact, or sort of two, the most impact on you sort of personally or financially. And then you sort of grade that according, like my husband says, according to the children's, like if you've got babies, which of your babies sort of need you the most at the time. Your 10-year-old probably is a little bit more independent. The 5-year-old, yes, a little bit more needy, but the newborn is the one that actually needs you. So which of your even A tasks are your top priorities in terms of your children? All right. So once you've done that, don't leave it in your to-do list. What I found is an absolute game changer has been actually putting your task into um, into your calendar and scheduling it in your calendar. Because what happens is when you fail to do that, it becomes sort of you don't necessarily make time for it. And so if you're like me, my calendar gets filled up so quickly, right, with appointments, with a whole lot of other things, and people putting in, meetings or whichever that might be. And then you find that you can't actually do, get your task done, and you find that your evenings and nights get taken up by all these other things that you need to do. So it does come down to discipline. Like schedule those tasks into your calendar and identify whether these might take half an hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever that might be, and then fill them up in your calendar, and then everything else goes in between. Remembering these are your A tasks and these need to be done. Your B task, then where it all slots in. Right. And so from that, I've been able to, again, lockdown has been a little bit different, but out of lockdown, it has been an absolute game changer in terms of me being more productive and efficient and getting on top of my to-do list. Much to my EA's glee. Unfortunately, it's gone back to despair because I've been a bit behind with my to-do list because, again, we have so many other priorities when we're in lockdown. We've got children and all sorts of things. So things can get things, life happens, and you need to also be gentle with yourself. uh Again, coming down to identifying if there's this one A task that you're doing today, that's okay. All right. And don't go too hard on yourself. It's absolutely all right. But just try this, try these steps that I've mentioned today, schedule them into your calendar. And I'd love to hear what difference it makes to your productivity, and your being able to get on top of your to-do list. And if you've got any other tips to share, I'd love to hear that. But that's going to be a short and sweet one for me today, everyone. I hope you're all doing well in the current situation across the globe. I wish you well. Stay safe, be well, keep thriving, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye bye.